golden ring gives magenta sparkles. Sparkly. Ooh. What is it with AJ in this magenta color? Hey everyone, it is me again, White Wolf Maya here, back here for yet another AJ video, and today will not be a gameplay video unfortunately, but do not worry dear Oreos. Today I will be doing a little bit of a rant. I know it's boring, I get it, it's really boring, especially the rants about like people on AJ and the items and memberships. Those are always awful, really awful. Wow, really awful. But anyway guys, getting back to the topic, this rant is gonna be about, drumroll please, okay, spike colors. Yeah, I know, boring rant, really boring, but do not worry dear Oreo llamas, today this rant will be worth it. I promise you, I've thought about it for quite some time and I think it is worth it. So let's get straight into it by looking in the news first of all. So Animal Jam released a spiked sale, and apparently here each day this weekend a new type of spike collar and spiked wristband will be for sale in the diamond shop. So I'm guessing this is basically in like sort of a connective way or something to the way that now members are getting diamonds and everything every week from Animal Jam. But I honestly think that this is a bit of a weird and stupid idea. And then of course they do member benefits. Now this is where my rant begins. So Animal Jam has been releasing spikes quite a couple of times, but I want to know if these spikes are actually worth it. In all, I think that Animal Jam is just basically being a little bit lazy here in trying to get money from everyone. And by the way, a new animal is coming to Animal Jam. You know what that means? Animal Jam, if you don't give me my ostrich, there will be quite the price to pay. So, if I don't get my ostrich in this new animal thing, then I will be very angry. Very, very angry. So, let's begin a little bit of a rant on why I think Animal Jam is actually just being lazy. Now for those of you who remember Animal Jam in the good old days when non-members actually got almost just as much as members, that was actually the good old days, and member items, you know, they all kind of felt like equals in a way, and yeah, non-members really felt like they could fit in this way actually, because members got a couple of member benefits, like maybe new animals and things. But yeah, and still, the diamond shop was still fairly new around, and only a couple of Animal Jam member benefits were actually added into there. For non-members, they still managed to get like the things that they wanted. However, a lot of new animals that came out were actually for gems instead of diamonds, and I think that this was really sweet of Animal Jam to do. But then came the big blow up where Animal Jam started just like pushing all the animals, the new animals, into the diamond shop and for members only. I know, it sucked. But then came the big guns. Animal Jam added eagles. Yes, this was a huge thing that they added to Animal Jam. I mean, you could fly anywhere you wanted, not having to like dodge anything in a way. And literally, you could just go wherever you wanted in this eagle. And even a new adventure and a new shop actually came out due to this eagle. But it was for members only. And this left non-members to feel really discriminated against, and the fact that they didn't have money. And even members with the eagle started actually almost in a way gossiping about the poor non-members, but maybe like the non-members like saving their money up for something huge, like an Xbox or like whatever they wanted, or maybe a brand new room renovation for something else. But really, they just like non-members probably just didn't have the time or money to really buy a membership for themselves, or maybe they were saving up money to buy a membership. But like I was saying, this is a huge thing that was added to Animal Jam and left a lot of non-members to feel discriminated against. And eventually Animal Jam didn't pay any attention to them at all. Almost everything just went to the diamond shop. And even for members, they started hating the fact that Animal Jam pushed everything into the diamond shop. But the members that did have diamonds got, got to know how to save their diamonds in order to get something that they wanted. But during that time, there was also that time was actually also the time when headdresses and black longs were a huge thing. And spikes, you gotta be honest, look good on almost every single animal. And those members who did manage to save up a little bit of the diamonds could actually go and buy their own spikes, so they didn't have to be left out with all the other members who actually had like the time and effort to get spikes. Because if you had a black long or multiple black longs, you're either a YouTuber, a hacker, or a really good tradesperson. But non-members didn't really get that much, which actually they really wanted spikes. And spikes were in the diamond shop, which was a member benefit. So obviously, it left more non-members to become members, and this is where Animal Jam was like, yes, more members. Cool, we're going to start putting more things in the diamond shop and adding just all sorts of things. And now, black longs, you don't really see them all too often now, and it's more just like, spikes from the diamond shop, spikes from the diamond shop. Oh yes, spikes. But spikes in the diamond shop. I have to admit, not a lot of people actually like the short spikes, like the short colored spikes they had for like one weekend only. For example, this spike was hated by a lot of the actual YouTubers, but I honestly think it wasn't really that bad of a spike. And by the time this one was added in, spikes in the diamond shop have actually been taken out for quite some time. And then when this is added back in, it was just absolutely berserk. Spikes are back, but they were hated. They were not the best spikes in the world. Then out came magenta items. Everyone is like, oh my word, magenta items. But there were only a few at the time, and I think the only magenta item there was the poofy hat in the magenta color that had come out at this time. And by this time, Animal Jam had actually added customized collars, which looked absolutely awesome. Everyone wanted one, and everyone wanted the new scullies that they had added. And they were very careful with the scullies this time. Don't worry, they made sure it didn't look inappropriate on the panda. But yeah, they had added magenta items, and magenta items became like this huge hit. And then they added custom-made collars, also huge hit, and everyone wanted one. But then out came these magenta collars and the blackout collars. Now, if you haven't noticed already, the blackout and the magenta collars happen to be only one color. Yes, only one color. Literally, it's one color, and the magenta spike doesn't even fit on any of the animals. Neither does the blackout spike. It just doesn't work. It's just one plain color. But here you see these YouTubers loving these plain, ugly looking colors. They don't really fit on any animals except for a pure magenta animal, which also it's just not a really nice color. If you had like a brighter red, that would actually be awesome. But unfortunately, a magenta color and magenta color just doesn't work. It just does not look nice. And take it from me, I love drawing, and magenta is one of my least favorite colors. It hardly looks good on any animal. Literally, magenta is probably the worst color. The worst color. It doesn't fit anywhere, and neither does the blackout spike. Cool, it's a black color and it looks cool on a completely black and white animal, but like, I still have a little bit of blue and gold on my animal, and I don't put all black and white. It doesn't all fit. I don't put the entire thing black and white. Where this is just one color. One color doesn't work. It doesn't fit with multiple patterns. If you have like a magenta pattern with a bright red pattern and then the magenta color, it doesn't work. Or if you had a blue and black wolf with a complete blackout color, I guess it could somewhat work, but it doesn't quite work because it doesn't have like bright blue spikes and it's just completely black. And like sometimes you don't even notice it. At least the black longs had somewhat of a grey, and the old diamond shop ones at least had like a little bit of color on them. Animal Jam, I'll give you a little bit of an advice here. Add the old spikes back, please. Those ones look so good on almost every animal, in almost every color, but these ones that you are doing now are just plain lazy. One color. I mean, add a little bit of pizzazz to your animal. Please, don't put another one color one here, because it just doesn't fit on any of the animals. One color spikes. It just doesn't work. Please, don't add any more of that. If you want to add another custom color, then do that. Custom colors are awesome. Really, just don't add another one color one. It doesn't fit. And please, Animal Jam, whatever you do, don't give me more seizures with these rainbow items. They also don't work on any animal, and they look horrifying. Literally, this is what nightmares are made of. If you have a full-blown rainbow lion, then it's just too much. But if you had a more like eased pastel rainbow, that one would probably look good. But this one is just kapoof in your face, seizures. I guess a couple of people like it, and it looks kind of cool. I still think the spike isn't too bad, but it looks like it's a kind of errored, glitched computer thing that's going wrong, that's cutting off my poor eagle's neck. I am so sorry. But it just, don't give me another seizure with a rainbow item. Please don't. I mean, the rainbow collar is already enough. And Animal Jam, these spike collars, one-colored spike collars cannot work. Please just don't add any more. Please, no more magenta items. They don't look good anywhere, even especially those people who just have magenta items all over the place. They don't fit in, please. Please, no more magenta items, Animal Jam. They just don't look good. Rather, like, keep the rare spikes that we have, like the yellow short spikes, or the black long, or spiked wristbands, orange spiked wristbands, just like those wristbands. You can probably like implement into the game a little bit more instead of these horrifying, seizure creating, absolutely hideous. No. Wait, what? They said something about magenta spike collars. They said something about that. No. And I hope that was enough to drill it into Animal Jam's head that we cannot have any more of these one color spike collar. They don't look good, and like non-members are begging for these ones, but I just want them to know, non-members, that this item is just not worth it. Please, non-members, these items are just not worth it. They're trying to make you feel guilty for not buying a membership, but honestly, it's just not worth it. It's honestly not worth it. I think I've wasted diamonds just buying the magenta stuff that I can show you. Why? Okay. So anyway, guys, I really hope you guys had enjoyed this rant video, and hopefully it wasn't too boring for you, and that it has done something to make you feel a little bit better about yourself instead of being broke and not buying a magenta color, because honestly, it's not worth it. So it doesn't matter if you don't have one or not. But this is just, in all honesty, a little bit of my opinion. So please don't go spamming the comments with hate saying, oh, well, magenta items are best. I don't care if you don't like it. They're my favorite color. Yeah, cool. If it's your favorite color, don't do that. And by the way, if you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, it is actually because I want to save the rhinos. Please remember to support the rhinos. They are so close to becoming extinct, guys. So very close. There's already like 3 different types of rhinos that have already gone extinct, and only like literally, I think it's the western black rhino that has actually gone extinct, and another type of white rhino as well. But I think those types of rhinos are already dead, and we cannot bring them back unless, well, the Russia scientific DNA storing thing that I heard a little bit about actually decides to clone a rhino, and hopefully that actually works out well. But remember to save the rhino, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. So remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.